In a world where pit bulls reign supreme, one tiny gray kitten arrived to flip everything upside down. Her name is Wasabi, and she's about to prove that the smallest family member can absolutely rule the roost. Tawny never imagined herself with a cat. She was a dog person through and through, specifically a pit bull enthusiast. But seeing the overwhelming number of animals desperately needing homes and shelters, Tawny's perspective began to change. Cats needed rescuing just as much as dogs did. She casually mentioned to her husband that maybe, just maybe, if they happened upon a kitten that truly needed them, she might be open to it. It seems that the universe listened. Almost immediately, a friend who volunteers with animals discovered 4 tiny kittens struggling to survive on a rural property where she kept her horses. When the friend approached the property owner about finding the kittens' proper homes, the woman's response was chilling. She planned to simply let them wander the property and fend for themselves. Out in that area, surrounded by predators, this was essentially a death sentence. When Tawny heard the story, it felt like a sign. She had literally just said she was open to rescuing a kitten in need, and here were kittens desperately needing rescue. She told her husband about the situation, and they made their decision. When she first arrived, weighing barely 2.5 pounds at 8 weeks old, the plan was cautious and methodical. Wasabi would stay safely contained in the guest room and be slowly, carefully introduced to the couple of pit bulls. Everyone was prepared for a long, gradual process, but Wasabi had other plans entirely. She wanted to meet her new siblings immediately, and frankly, they wanted to meet her too. The dogs, particularly 𝐾𝐿, were absolutely fascinated by this strange little creature. The family showered the dogs with treats constantly, rewarding every gentle interaction, every patient moment. All their time together was supervised, and they wouldn't be left alone for a long while. But something unexpected and remarkable was happening. The boys were being incredibly gentle and patient. More than that, they actually seemed to like the kitten. Some might say things moved too quickly, and it certainly went faster than anyone anticipated. But Tawny and her husband followed the animals' cues, and all 3 of them were clearly craving connection with each other. Preventing interaction when everyone wanted it could have actually damaged the relationships forming before their eyes. And that relationship was forming very, very quickly. Within just 24 hours, Wasabi had completely won over 𝐾𝐿. Nico took a bit longer, needing a full 22 days, but eventually, he was just as smitten. Wasabi had an absolute obsession with tails. Both dogs have magnificent tails, and she could not resist them. The difference in the responses was hilarious. 𝐾𝐿 would simply let her go absolutely wild with his tail, tolerating her antics with remarkable patience. Nico, however, had his limits, but once he warmed up to Wasabi, these two became besties. Watching their shenanigans was better than any comedy. The family decided to train Wasabi to walk on a leash so she could join her beloved dog brothers on their adventures. Step 1 was getting her comfortable in a harness, which proved entertaining as she figured out how to actually walk while wearing it. With support from her big brothers and a lot of training treats, Wasabi started to feel completely comfortable wearing the harness. She was ready for the ultimate test, and the family decided to take all 3 animals camping. They fully acknowledged this might be completely insane, but they'd never know unless they tried. If any cat could learn to camp, it was Wasabi. So she got her chance. And at just 16 weeks old, Wasabi did something that left everyone speechless. She followed her big brothers into a river. What cat does that?
Come on, Bucks. Wow, she really will follow them anywhere. Look at you! Look at you!
She's fearless in ways that continually amaze her family. Tawny describes her as curious, brave, energetic, and sweet. Her name fits her personality perfectly because this girl is undeniably spicy. Her confidence is limitless, and she's happiest when she's with her dog siblings. Her DNA test revealed she's basically a mutt, a mixture of seemingly every breed possible. Oddly, it didn't indicate any dog breeds, suspicious given her behavior. She plays fetch better than the actual dogs, bringing toys back consistently while 𝐾𝐿 and 𝐵𝐵𝐿 run after thrown objects, only to abandon them and return empty-pawed. Food motivates her tremendously. As far as she's concerned, the kitchen exists solely to feed her. Why else would anyone go in there? When Wasabi turned 2, her birthday dream came true. She got to eat a whole chicken right off the counter, something she usually gets scolded for attempting. Just for that special day, she was allowed her heart's desire. For Wasabi's dad, who'd loved cats for years, this creature is a dream come true. For her mom, who'd never wanted a cat, Wasabi changed everything. Just as a pit bull had once transformed her perspective on that misunderstood breed, this particular cat opened her heart to felines. Wasabi has developed distinct relationships with each brother. 𝐼𝐸𝐾𝐿 is a wrestling buddy, often initiating their shenanigans himself. Don't worry, nobody has ever gotten hurt. It's all play. 𝐾𝐿 is her chase buddy, and sometimes it looks like he's running for his life from this tiny predator, which is absolutely hilarious. And when the family got a new puppy sister named 𝐾𝐿𝐫, Wasabi handled it with her usual confidence. She wasn't hiding or changing her routine. She's living life exactly as she always has, puppy or not. She's hissed a few times, delivered a couple of swats without claws, but she knows her supreme position. The dynamic between Wasabi and 𝐾𝐿𝐫 is fascinating. They're figuring things out, and there's never a dull moment. This family proves 3 important things. Dogs and cats can absolutely get along. Pit bulls aren't vicious creatures. They're sweet, gentle giants. Rescue animals aren't damaged goods. They're deserving of love and give it back 100 times over.